The former Health Secretary, Sajid Javid, there, explaining his reasons for resigning from the government last night. Let's check in with our chief political correspondent, John Craig, in Central Lobby there in the Houses of Parliament. And, John, we're all trying to work out what might be going on behind me here in number 10.
Well, here in Parliament, I can tell you that MPs are aghast at the reports we're hearing that the Prime Minister has told his cabinet colleagues, I'm not quitting. Now, I can tell you that that is indeed the case because it's just been reported to me that the ministers who went in to see the Prime Minister said to him, you've got to go, Prime Minister. And they said to him, no, I am not going. Well, they were aghast. I've just been talking to one of the ministers who resigned today. She said, no. But I can tell you, I have it on very good authority that the Prime Minister, from a senior MP, that the Prime Minister has told cabinet colleagues he will not quit. Now, to assess that, I am joined by the Westminster leader of the Scottish National Party, Ian Blackford. What do you make of the fact the PM's refusing to go?
Well, knowing the character of the man, I suppose I'm not surprised. But, you know, we have to say to Boris Johnson, he's not a dictator. He's there in power because he's put in by the public, of course, at the election, but he's only there with the confidence of the MPs that serve in this Parliament. He doesn't have the confidence of his own party. He doesn't have the confidence of his own cabinet. If he had any decency, any self-respect, any dignity, he would realise that for him this is over. He will be dragged out next week because the Tory party will make sure the 1922 committee change the rules. They can have a motion of no confidence. This is a man that just about universally Parliament wants gone. He cannot stay in office, but he needs to show some self-sacrifice. He needs to realise for him he should have been gone by now. And to dig his heels in when his own cabinet have turned against him, my goodness, this is unprecedented.
But he's been arguing today, both at Prime Minister's questions, when you had your usual weekly joust with him, and also upstairs at the liaison committee, that he's got a mandate. He was elected in 2019 with a majority of 80. He claims he's got a mandate from the public.
He's broken the trust that was put into him in that election campaign. MPs are acting in the interest of their constituents, knowing that this man is now unpopular to such an extent. A man that we know that has misled Parliament, has lied, has cheated. He's lied again and put ministers in impossible situations this week. For him, it's over. And for him to try and cling on, desperately to cling on, this simply won't work. Parliament will do its job. And the fact that he is showing no dignity in his final hours, in his final days, really speaks about the contempt that this man has for Parliament. This is not his personal plaything. This is a man, let's not forget, that illegally shut down Parliament, the prorogation of Parliament. Once again, he's trying to cling on, where quite frankly, he's left with very few friends in this place.
You say Parliament will have its say, but the fact is he's still, even after a few by-election defeats, got a pretty big majority. There's nothing you as opposition parties can do, is there?
Oh, well, let's wait and see. And I think first and foremost, what has to happen is Conservative MPs have got to take their own responsibility. We're in their hands. They can do that through the 1922 committee. Now, normally, it would be the case that a motion of no confidence would have no chance of success because Tory MPs would vote with the government, would vote with the Prime Minister. This is fracturing to such an extent that there is that option. If all else fails, that a motion of no confidence might be the only way that we can get rid of this Prime Minister. But my message to Tory MPs on Monday, they have got to do that job. They have got to make sure that they pass a motion of no confidence to him. Let's get this man that's besmirched the office of Prime Minister out the door. If he's not going to do it, then he needs to be dragged, screaming and kicking out of the door.
But I think I'm right in saying that a motion of no confidence on the floor of the House, that motion has to come from the leader of the official opposition, doesn't it?
It would have to come from the leader of the official opposition to be taken. That's absolutely correct. But let's make sure Tory MPs take their responsibilities next Monday when they have their 1922 committee, and that they make sure that there is a motion of no confidence. The House has to speak with a very clear voice. This man has to go.
Your colleague from the Plaid Cymru today in the Commons said that he was the Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister, was the best recruiting sergeant for independence of, I assume she meant Wales and Scotland. Secretly, we all know that you and he get on quite well across the Commons chamber there. You probably want him to stay because you think he's good for the cause of independence, probably.
I actually have no relationship with the Prime Minister. I want him gone. And we will win independence on the basis of the appeal that we put to the people in Scotland about how we deliver a greener economy, one that can deliver sustainable economic growth and fairness. We don't need Boris Johnson to do that. We will do that. But in the meantime, this man is a danger to democracy. He has to be gone.